Hey.
Everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. The name of the show, well, you saw the flyer, but the name of the show is When Light Speaks. And so we hope to speak light and love into the atmosphere in
Yes.
purpose to engage in culture about our faith. So everyone, welcome Naomi. You can wait.
Hello.
Imagine the crowd. uh, oh,
Thank you so much.
you
Thanks
guys
so much.
like the generous. You guys do a dance like when you come. Oh, okay. All right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited for our conversation tonight. I hope you are, because I mean, this can go left, right, and all around, because this is technically like no script, just like some questions. But for those that are watching, that may not know, um, how about you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Naomi, and I'm from New York City. I'm from Queens, and I am a wife and a mommy, and um, a singer and a songwriter and a guitarist. And well, I
So,
don't know if I'm a guitarist. I think I'm a guitar player. I play the guitar.
okay.
And yeah, we just, oh my goodness, Kim, I've been trying to call you all day. Like, but yeah, but yeah, so I also am terrible at calling my friends back. And yeah, just singing and loving Jesus and doing all of that stuff. I'm not traveling. I'm currently shelter and placed with
Yeah,
the rest of the world. How about you?
yeah. I got to go to work, but that's about it. It's working home.
Um,
Yeah,
But I always worked from home, so it's not, I mean, unless I was out singing or rehearsing or teaching or something like that. But I've always like worked from home, writing songs and doing all of that. So this is not so much different. It's just now like we're homeschooling, everybody's home. So instead of cooking like just dinner and maybe a personal breakfast, it's more like 2 or 3 times cooking per day, which is fun.
which is
Yep.
fine. D- You said your wife. Does your husband cook?
My husband does not cook, and it's almost as if he thinks that it is illegal for him to cook. I don't understand. Like if I asked him, like, babe, can you make? He would look at me like, what?
Oh
Like,
no.
what? Yeah, it's almost
No.
like he quiet over there now. But
How are we gonna pray
hey,
for him? He go,
y'all pray, please, and pray for me.
yeah,
Holy
definitely.
Ghost, I need it. Nah,
Yeah.
he doesn't cook. But he does bake. Oh, he's on here talking. Oh, never mind that. No, he does bake though. He will bake a mean cake, not
Okay.
like a scratch, but a box cake. You know what I'm saying? Like the man
All
of
right.
God
He got
will
something.
do a box cake in a second, bake some cookies.
Okay.
Like he'll do. That.
Okay.
Thank you, Dante.
We'll
Thank
pray.
you
We'll
for
pray.
praying. For me.
We'll pray for you and your family.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do survival food, I guess. I'm hoping. Some eggs, some water, some rice. I don't know. No. Man. All right, we'll keep you guys in prayer. Well, I'll keep, your husband. I'll keep Jermaine in prayer. So I'm gonna go
He
right to
is the best dad.
questions. Because I think
Oh
you're,
man, we're breaking up some.
yeah, it was a bit of a lag a little bit. But we'll go right into the questions, and I bind this lag in the name of Jesus.
Why can't I hear him?
Uh, so even though like we have limited time, um, my first question is, when did you start in, I guess you can say your music career?
I'm guessing that you asked me when I started in my music career. Is
Yes,
that what
that's
you
what I asked.
asked?
Is it oh, it's lagging?
My Wi-Fi is being silly right now. Oh no, IG. I think everybody's trying to go live right now. But can you hear me? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Oh, I'm gonna come off the Wi-Fi.
No, I think the Wi-Fi might have been better. Yes, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay. Thanks. Sorry about that. So yes, I started in my music career. I've been singing since like I was a little girl. My parents are both worship leaders and singers. My dad is a pastor now. Even though I didn't grow up with him being a pastor, I grew up as both my parents being like worship leaders in a mega church. So we, if you can imagine what that's like. Um, and I've been singing since I was little. I went to high school, like a performing arts high school, so I got to do a lot of singing and fun stuff. And it was in high school when I realized that like I'm not like everybody else. That's when the Lord started to tell me, like, you're not like everybody else. You're different. And so, I realized because I kept trying to like curse and do stuff that everybody else was doing, and it just always sounded dumb every time I did it. I'm like trying to curse somebody out, and in my head, I'm like, I'm just not doing this well. Like this just doesn't work. It was I was being fake. So, the Lord really dealt with me and started to tell me that I was different. He started to set me apart, and so that's when I really decided, like, okay, I'm gonna, serve the Lord with my gift. I did, I did some writing as a like a R&B, like I used to write R&B songs and stuff like that, which to me was okay. I didn't mind writing outside of like the gospel genre, but I knew that I was going to use my voice for Jesus. Um, After some time, I ended up singing like backgrounds, which was cool with me. I wasn't trying to be like a solo singer for real, It was just like, oh babe, can you check the chicken? See? I
Yeah.
made a chicken. Um, but because I smell it now and I'm like, uh-oh, hope it's not burning. But yeah, like I I ended up just like kind of falling into, I had gotten a guitar. It's a whole long story where I was singing background for Elle Varner actually, and one of the girls that we were singing with came in hung over. We had gone to sing at the Wendy Williams show. Love you guys too. You guys are so nice in the comments. Um we went to sing at the Wendy Williams show, and one of the girls came in hung over and vomiting, and it was just really bad. And so they were like, yeah. And, oh, what I didn't tell you is that we were about to go on like a tour. Yeah, we were going to Tokyo. We were going to all different spots in Europe and Asia, and some in America. And I was so excited, but um, they told us based on that girl's actions, they were like, "We're not taking y'all on tour. We can't trust you." And I was like, "What? I want to kill this girl." So I was like really upset. And so I said, enough is enough. And I went and went to Guitar Center, bought a guitar, and I was like, I'm learning how to play the guitar. I'm going to do what I love to do, and that's it. And one day I actually sang something. I wrote Finish Strong, and I decided to sing it at a concert I was invited to sing at. And that is, the rest is history.
Oh, so you were, well, no, you haven't been discovered, but I guess that was when you sang at that concert is the beginning of, I guess, of your solo.
Yeah, like of me like really like saying, hey, I'm like I guess an artist or something. Why is that so hard to say? It's like, I'm an artist. But no, yeah, like it was the first time that I was like, hey, I want to do this for real. I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to let fear stop me from being who God has called me to be. That would just be annoying.
Right, right. Um, so so how long did you, I guess, let fear limit you?
because I'm still fighting fear to this day. Like,
Okay.
you understand?
Okay.
I didn't want to release the, like, back to Eden part 2. I didn't want to release the blood and none of that. I was still like, oh Lord, like, what if it's terrible? It's not something that I let cripple me.
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm punching fear in the face every single day. And I don't think I'm losing to fear, but I definitely battle it often. And oh, I said that like I wasn't from New York. I battle it often. And it's something that I have to fight a lot. I remember, like, one of my first real memories with fear is I wanted to try out for the senior chorus in my junior high school, and it was I had gotten an audition and I had to come to the class, and I spent the whole period standing outside the door looking through the glass. Like, the doors had like a little like rectangular glass, and I just looked and watched everybody else audition. I could not bring myself to walk into the room.
Wow.
I was so afraid. And I remember at that moment, so I didn't spend exactly the whole period. I ended up stopping. I went into the hallway and sang a song to myself. And I was like, well, you know what? These acoustics in this hallway, you know, like in the stairwell, these
Yeah.
are amazing. Just me and singing to myself, and that'll be fine. And I had kind of made a decision that day that I didn't want to go through that type of pain. Because I don't know if you know, like, when you're afraid of something, it's almost like somebody's hitting you in the chest or in the gut with like one of those like battle ram things. And I was so afraid, but I was like, I'm not doing this. But the next year, I think it's because of the, like, oh, so what I didn't tell you is that I ended up going to the concert at the end of the year. You know how every school has a concert at the end of the year. And I watched them sing and I watched them enjoy and have fun with their outfits. And I was like, no, like, I'm supposed to be up there. I'm supposed to be in there. I was so afraid that I wouldn't get in that I never got in. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so I said, okay, no. So then the next year I was able to be in it. But I think my life was always that. That was my pattern, even in high school. Never joined up with a club or did much of anything, didn't go outside of what was my comfort zone because I just didn't want to see what life looked like, but like with what rejection looked like.
Wow.
Because I was always told, Naomi, you can sing, you can visit it. It was always like being talked up, you know. I was getting parts. If I tried for something, I usually got it. And the fear of rejection was so great that I didn't want to try anything that I didn't think I could actually nab. But the Lord has broken me out of that. And it's something that I have to, like, I'm living life. Babe, we got to put on shoes. But I'm living life in a way that that breaks me out of that. Okay, let me just tell y'all this real quick. Okay.
Okay.
So in an effort to beat the quarantining spirit, we tonight, like, I cooked like a big, nice, fancy dinner. And so everybody's getting dressed up and we're putting on shoes to go like have dinner and have like a game night with the family. And like, of course, we're not going outside, but we're like getting fancy. And so Jermaine tried to dress up and put on slippers. And I'm like, no, you gotta we're not doing slippers. But yeah, we're in here trying to do fancy stuff.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. That actually, you know, brings up a question. So you know, we're all shut in, right? We're all shut in. And I'm going to go back to the fear. Okay. But as you bring up, you know, your dining reservations that are coming up, the pandemic impacted you personally, or I guess and you and your yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I'm a worship pastor. I'm a singer. My business is people. I'm a minister, you know, and right now we can't be around people, but so it's definitely impacted me. But also, I'm a homebody and an introvert, and I really like to be with my family. So it's definitely impacted me, and I guess you would say a negative way, but also in a positive way. I cannot wait to. This is going to sound bad. It's not like I need to hear my own voice, but I like to use microphones and I like to not play, but you see what I'm saying? I like to play. I like to sing. I like to be in a room full of people. I like to minister directly to people when I can. It's like, it's different, you know, in a rehearsal. when we sing the songs, there's something that happens. It's like worship to God. It's very like, very vertical. But when people come into a room and now you're worshiping God before people, you start to or I start to pick up on people's needs. And then the Lord is talking to me about the people in the room, And so it's like bigger than just like me and him or me and the team and him. It's us, and so I definitely miss that. I miss the us being together. I'm happy though that nobody's like tapping me or touch, because I don't really like to be touched too much. People think I think sometimes people think I'm like really intense or like mean or rude or something. I'm just not like touchy feely. So that's, I hate when people say that's prophetic, but it is. I'm trying to act like, or like, can't nobody like, ooh, you nasty. I'm not mean. I'm really like, how are you going to tell everybody that you're nice? How am I going to talk about my own self this way? But you know me, I don't think I'm like a mean person, but I'm like, I can get very awkward around a lot of people. So I'm like, guys, I'm not standoffish. I'm just really enjoying this time away from you.
That's a good one. That's good. That's good. I mean, I thought like one of the adjectives I've used to describe you recently, I was just like, how can I describe Naomi? I'm like, okay, she's funny. She is prophetic, right? But she can be intense, right? That's one of the things that, and you just explained why. Like when I look at you, the moments that I've seen and I thought you were intense, that you were just being yourself. You're not touchy-feely, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay. All right. So, running up to you and hugging you. No. Okay.
And I will tell you, I am goofy, right? But I think one of the hardest things, hi Nikira, I love hugging her though. But like, I think one of the hardest things is when people come up and they like tap me and they're like, oh my God, like I just love you. And it's like, I'm in a weird place because first of all, this is somebody tapping me. Why? And then like the second thing is like, oh man, they're just like coming to say hi. They don't know me. They don't know like what I like or don't like. They're not trying to hurt me or be rude or disrespectful. So then I have to be like, Naomi, relax, like just cut it out and stop being a jerk. And then I'm like, now I'm trying to be like, oh yay, thank you. And I am really grateful because I think, nobody has to tell me they like a song or they like my voice or they were ministered to, or in one of their darkest times, one of my songs blessed them. They don't have to say anything. They could just consume and never come back and say, man, thank you for your yes. So I really do appreciate that. And I never want to take that lightly or for granted. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I'm trying to get out of my own system, because I don't want to be like nasty and a jerk. And who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, can't nobody talk to you? Nobody can touch you? Oh. Please. So that's
you don't need an armor bearer?
Maybe trying to armor bear, but they know once they start like being like, no, then I'm gonna be like, I don't think that's right. Like Jesus touched people. He dealt with people. Yeah. He like, and I'm not saying I'm Jesus. I'm saying I'm supposed to be like him. I'm trying, I love you, Brandon. And like, I think that like, when you look at it, it says Jesus went into towns and healed them all. Yeah. Like he was touching people. He was with people. Like, Naomi, who do you think you are? And if it's that bad, then you need deliverance. I'll go grab me a bucket and deal with it with my own. I don't want to like punish people, because really we should desire to be with people. But when I need to be alone, then I take my alone time. Yeah. When you're out in ministry, it's not time for you to be alone. And Jesus did that. Jesus left large groups of people to go pray and be secluded with the Father. Yeah. And I'm trying to do that. And the more I do that, honestly, the better I am with people and being around people. If I don't get any time to rest, then I'm like a Krabby Patty. But like, if I'm able to spend time with the Father and just get away from groups and everybody's having fun and talking, but sometimes I know when the Lord is pulling me, like, nope, go upstairs, go pray, go, Brandon, please. I'm sorry, y'all. This is for the comments being crazy. But and the more I do that, then the better person I am, I guess, with others. So I'm learning how to accept who I am. I can go through this introverting season where I'm just like, okay, guys, I need to be alone. Or like sometimes when we're at the Maverick City Rights, like we're with people. And then when it's time for like lunch sometimes and we all get in a room, I'll be in the corner, like eating my food on the floor or something like that, which is fine because I just need a moment to be okay. And
Yeah.
one thing I love about being in those environments is that they are okay with people being who they are. There are a lot of people in churches, like a lot of churches don't let you be who you are. And
Mm.
if you are a Krabby Patty, hey Khadijah, if you are like that, it's just always got to be a sin thing. It can't
Mm.
be that like I get energy when I'm by myself.
Yeah, you
You know
refuel.
what I'm saying? Some people, if they're very talkative and with everybody, then it's like, oh, they doing too much. They got a spirit. And it's like, no,
Wow.
they're people, they're extroverted. That's okay. You know, one is not bad, one is not good. We just, hey, Pastor Heston, you know, we just are who we are and it's okay. It's not always like a spirit. So,
Yeah. I feel like the church demonizes a lot of things that are just personality, you know.
right.
And it's just like, that's just who I am. I ain't got a demon. Leave me alone.
Right. Can I just be?
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm quick. If I need a bucket, you know, and the Holy Ghost really tells me I need to get rid of something. If it's a critter, get it out. You know what I'm saying? Like get whatever you need to get because I don't. But that's the other thing. Some
Yeah.
people are so sensitive that once you say, "Hey, I think that might be a thing," then they're like, "What? No, not me, never, no." And it's
Yeah.
like, well, like if it is something, wouldn't you want to at least like
Yeah.
see, like
Yeah.
who wants to live with the critters? You know. So I'm learning how to just be
Okay.
open, you know, and I'm praying for I joke about the bucket, but I'm praying that it'll just come out through the breath. Okay, we
Yeah.
ain't trying to throw up in Jesus name. But,
Gotcha.
but no, seriously, like I think it's just like we need to be okay to be who we are, and if there's something that's weird, then we should be ready to change or at least submit it to Christ
Right.
and lay it at his feet so that we can get the healing and the freedom that we need.
Amen. I agree. I agree. Because I mean, sometimes I can be a social butterfly, but then there's moments when I come home on a Sunday or like after like a service and I just sit. There can be people over and I'm just like sitting quiet. And people think I'm mean, but I'm just like, I just don't have anything to say right now. I just want to listen, you know. I definitely feel you on that. But your kids, how's schooling?
So truth be told, well, I'm gonna say it's going great because really Jermaine has taken the reins on that. Thank you, Laura. Laura says it's okay to be an ambivert. I appreciate that. Jermaine's really taking the reins on that. The first week, I was the one fussing like, no, are these teachers still getting paid? Are we dividing their salary? Like, no. I was like fussing or whatever. I'm
Wow.
like, we pay a lot of taxes
Yeah.
and we got to teach the people like what? But I have since repented for that way of thinking, and I actually it's hard if things are not really super organized. It's hard for me mentally to like understand, and I'm like, okay, what is this? And I don't want to be rough with the kids, and that's like I've made a decision in my life that I used to be a daycare teacher. This is before I went to full-time ministry. And one of the reasons I left was because I had wasted, not wasted, I used up all my patience on those other kids. And I'm like, you can't use up all your patience on everybody else's kids. And then you get home and now you like, sit down, shut up. I don't you want to eat this food. You know, like who wants to be like
Yeah.
that person's kid, you know? And
Yeah.
so I made a decision a few years ago. It was before Savy was born, my youngest. He's 6 now. I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't want to be the bad guy. And yes, I'll discipline them. I'm not like, you know, a softie pie or anything, but maybe, I don't know. But I'm like, you might be able to weigh in better, but I just didn't want to be like that. So when the whole homeschooling thing started, I was like, oh Lord, I can't. And Jermaine really took the reins on it. I said, I'm the lunch lady. You like I got y'all on food, and so now like we kind of have a schedule, which is dope. So like at 8:30 in the morning, we work out, and well, I work out. I do an exercise program. By 9:30 we're eating, and we do breakfast. So we decided to start later because
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because we're like, well, we ain't leaving the house anyway. This is probably a poor habit to start, but anyway, we start eating at 9:30, and then at 10:30 we have worship and prayer and like mini Bible study. So God is first.
Yeah.
God is first. And so then after that, because their work doesn't really take that long, you know? And so after that, they go and do their work, and they work until about 12. So until about 1. And at 1, they can have lunch, and then they do some type of gym after that. And then afterward, they'll have like creative time. So like today, Adele, because we have a few families in our home. So Adele had the kids producing a song. So that was their music. So Fridays they have music. Mondays they'll have art. And I'm seeing you guys' messages. I'm so grateful that you love the songs. Thank you. And I think on Wednesday we're gonna do like choir or something. I'm gonna teach them some songs.
Nice.
But yeah, we
I
may
love
do
good
like dance.
choir.
We're trying to make it really fun for them. And Jermaine does gym. Yeah, did you see Jermaine put in gym teacher? He's
Yeah.
a gym teacher, and he has those kids working. I'm like, I'm gonna do my workout in the morning. Y'all do that, because he has them running around. We go for walks. Sometimes we play like the floor is lava during like their gym time. Come, Pearl, you want to say hi? Sorry, we're dressing up. This is impromptu. We're on a quarantine. This is my daughter, April.
Hey, April.
Wow. You know, Isaiah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a headband? Look in there. Yeah.
Your gym teacher is putting curriculum in the comments.
Music study. Oh, we're going to do music history. We're going to talk about how everything came from Africa.
No, all right. So it's Black history and music history in one.
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. So Jermaine is the gym teacher. You're the lunch lady. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Adele is the music teacher. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, God bless all of you teachers out there, whether you signed up for it or not. But
It's a lot.
Yeah, those are our home parents. We love you. Teachers, I'm pretty sure you're much more appreciated today than you've ever been before.
We are. I mean, they are.
Yeah, we appreciate. All right,
I'm still trying to speak these texts though. But go ahead. What?
Yeah. I was saying, switching gears just a little bit. You encourage a lot of people, especially with your last the second part of your project that came out, which I love, the Back to Eden Part 1 and 2. Me and my wife had the privilege of being at the live recording, and it was amazing there. And it's so amazing to hear a live recording and then to hear the product and it feel like you're there again. And that's that I really enjoyed about the project. But I want to know from you, everybody has their favorite songs. What's your favorite song on the project?
Okay. My favorite song on the project is Over and Over. It's on the first half.
Okay.
So I look at this as, I love Nikema. I look at this as, even though it's out in 2 parts, I look at it as one project.
Right.
So on the first half, even though I love Be the Place, like that thing, I don't know how that happened. Yeah. But I mean, ultimately I would have to say The Blood would be a close second right after Over and Over. And but the reason that Over and Over is my favorite is because it's personal to me. And it's just about the fact that nothing could snatch me from God's hand. There's nothing that I've done. Yeah. There's no sin. There's no nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just nothing that I could do to be like taken away from him. And that thing. So anyway, I feel that in my soul. Y'all, if you hear me sing, I feel like I sang differently on that song because it was from a place in my soul. And you might not hear it. And I passed it over to Casey and was in the back drinking water like,
right.
Let me get back in. Okay, no, let her have it. You know, It was just something that was like really, it was special to me. But I'm not going to hold you like The Blood. It is one of my favorite songs. It plays in my head, just like I know it plays in your heads. And that from the beginning, like I can, it plays in my head over and over. It's been playing in my head since we recorded it.
Yeah.
And I just can't leave it alone. It's something that I know God like set for this time.
Right.
But yeah, that's my favorite. What's your favorite song?
The timing of the release is so great, and for such a time as this, that
Yeah.
time as this is never meant like for your project. That's what it is. It's for such a time as this.
Yeah.
And I feel like, no, not I feel, I believe, like I really feel it strongly, is that your ministry is you don't play. Like you be like, huh? What does that mean?
I said, what does that mean?
You're authentic in your ministry, in anything that you do, whether it's at the live concert or whether you're leading worship on Sunday. It's like you bring the same level, which I get excited about. It's just like I can hear your authenticity in your voice. You know, it's something that is encouraging, for worship leaders, for people who are looking up to you, people who just need encouragement. Your ministry is so relevant and so great, and I just want to tell you, like, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I
never know what to say to that. I'm always like,
yeah.
This is where I get awkward. But the good thing is I could just cover up this camera and you wouldn't see me. But
right.
that's weird to me. I just feel like I always just try to be real and honest, and sing from where I am and what my experience is. And my experience is that God really has been good to me. I've been disrespectful and I've been very unfaithful, but God has always been good to me, and He's given me like the long end of the stick. And so I'm grateful that comes through. But I can't say, I will tell you this though. You didn't ask me this. No, you're about to ask me another question, so I'm not gonna stay on this long. But I do think that it's not something that I experience. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's like when you hear somebody like a Tasha Cobb sing, or you know what I'll say about like Chandler Moore.
Okay.
When you hear his voice, there's something in his voice that's like, what?
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever he has, like, there's something there that makes you just in awe of God, and it brings you to the throne room. I know if I spoke to Chandler, he wouldn't say, oh yeah, I feel that when I sing. Like, I know I don't feel anything. People, oh, your voice is so pure. I don't hear that. I just hear Naomi voice. Like, it's always been my voice,
Yeah.
So I am grateful that God is deciding to use this, but I don't take it as a thing of like, it's me. Honestly, I'm His. He can do whatever He wants. Yo, God, you can do whatever you want with me. That's where I'm at right now. Like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because really, His plan is better than mine. I've been trying to plan, and it just never works out well. His is better.
I think we all have been trying to plan, and the Lord is just like, nope. It's like just like you try to shoot the shot. These are my plans, and the Lord's like, no, it's not. Like,
It's like, I'm not even playing basketball. I'm playing soccer.
Right.
So
you're in the completely wrong game. Like, so to be fully surrendered is such a beautiful thing. To be right in the middle of God's will is right where we all want to be. So in that, how would you, some worship leader, like in this time, someone who looks up to you, say, like, what would you say to them during a season like this?
Well, this is one of the best seasons. I feel like outside of the fact that people are dying, this is severe, this is scary.
Yeah.
Like, this is a good season, right?
Yeah.
But also it is, because it's in seasons like this that God prepares you for the next place. I wouldn't have been able to do half of what I've been able to do if there weren't moments of preparation, like when I got shut down from going on that tour. That would feel good. It wasn't right. I mean, I wasn't stuck in the house like I am now, but God used those moments to prepare me for the future. And it's a future I couldn't see, but he could. And so like, I think, and he used my own desires. It wasn't like God said, it wasn't like I felt in my spirit, Naomi, go get a guitar. It wasn't that. It was me. There was something in me that was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to the, and I know God was leading me. I know God was using that moment, and I'm grateful for it. But sometimes God will use your own desires, your own, those convictions that you have, and prepare you for the next space. And I'm going to tell you this right now. That what happened, and I feel like me playing the guitar is a major part of what God has done and why God decided to use me. And I'm saying this because you don't see a lot of Black girls playing the guitar. You don't. And I'm not saying there aren't a lot of Black girls that can play. There are Black people that can play. But plug in my phone because it's about to die. But you know, there's something that God does in these moments that sets you apart. And because I stood in a room, I don't want y'all to see the dirtiness in my because I stood in a room one day and played my guitar for the VP of E1. That's how things begin to move and people begin to hear the message that God had placed in my heart. Like, honestly, I don't do any of this so that I could be seen or somebody could know my name. It's not that. But what kind of messenger doesn't want people to get the message? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, at some point you have to begin to think like, hey, God wants to get the message out. So, you know, you gotta be seen, and he's going to use something in order to get the message out. And so I'm grateful for those moments because he used something that set me apart. And even on Sunday, I called in a few different places and was able to lead worship for people via satellite. That some people can't because they just don't have an instrument that they could, you know, take with them and do. It's just different. And so God will use you and your uniqueness. And if you use the time and these moments for him to prepare you and to help you. I'm telling you, I'm not saying I don't practice. I need to practice more, but there are some things that I don't have to like, I got to do because I've been prepared. I don't have to, like, there's certain, even vocally, and like there's certain because I spent years and years and years and years and years and years and years focusing and doing certain things that now when I get back into the rhythm of certain things, it's like, it's second nature. I'm not worrying like, oh my goodness, is my voice gonna like that's not a thing now because of the years of preparation. I know how to practice a song. I know how to learn lyrics, and it because of the years of preparation. So now things, and I'm not saying it's not like, oh, new levels and new heights, and now it doesn't stretch me. It stretches me. I'm not saying I never get nervous. That's not true. I do get nervous. I'm not saying I don't take losses. I take losses. I make mistakes, but it doesn't kill me or throw me so much anymore because I've been on stages. I've had to do live stuff, and where if you make a mistake, you just keep going. And so now when stuff happens, like I was on a TV show the other day, and the music, like they faded it in, so I didn't know where it was. So I started, I want to say early, and I just had to keep singing. And like it's in moments like that, because if I was like, oh man, like stop, let's go again, or if I had completely lost it and like lost my place, that would have been really bad. But because of preparation, because of being in different situations and times where I felt like, oh, this is just menial or it's small, or sitting there being a background singer, watching other artists do like run sets and work with their band, I was able to learn and glean. I wasn't sitting there like, I don't want to be a background singer, God has more for me. No, I'm sitting there learning, like I'm singing background for major artists, able to learn. You get what I'm saying? Like if God puts you, real quick, if God puts you in a background position, you better take that as an opportunity for you to learn, especially if you believe God is pushing you to the forefront. Learn from it, take notes, glean, like use this to your advantage, because many people don't get that opportunity. And you don't want to be the person that's in the forefront and it's the first time you ever been in a room like this. I remember I was singing backgrounds and all that. I'd gone to the Stellars. I've been to the Grand Ole Opry House. I've been at Carnegie Hall and singing, like in high school, sang at Radio City Music Hall, sang for Josh Groban back then. But the thing is, like, God will put you in these, and of course, I wasn't headlining or anything, but if I had to go back, You understand? I've been there already. It's not the first time, and all the it's not like, oh no, I've seen it. I've seen it done. So take hold of the moments that God gives you. You are not quarantined. You are, you have the blessed opportunity of rest,
Yeah.
creativity, communion with God, uninhibited communion with God, and communion with others. You can call and talk and deal with stuff, work things out. You can stay up all hours of the night. If you're a night owl and you like to be creative at night, you can stay up till 4 a.m, baby, doing whatever you got to do, because you ain't got nowhere to go in the morning. That's if you're not working. But
Right.
I'm saying, like, and I know that everybody's trying to tell you keep a schedule and all of that, but if that's your workflow, use this to your advantage. Don't look at this as a loss, because honestly, if you're going to waste this time, you could be on a respirator if that's what you want. And I'm not saying that to be, but like, let's not waste our time. We're not sitting in the house waiting to get sick or waiting for something to clear. We're resourceful, and we're using the time that we're given to glorify God in every moment. I'm sorry, now I'm preaching. Go ahead. Sorry. Next.
This is what I mean. She's intense, guys. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, you better get in there and you better do what God told you to do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. No, but what you said is so relevant. Like, we can't waste this time. And I was speaking to Pastor Heston on Monday, and he was saying, like, we need to take this time to like do and write and create in this time, as the Lord gives us, that to revelation. So like, whether it is to produce for people to see, or just for you to produce to complete it. That I definitely take that away as well. It's like, this is a season of preparation for what is to come. Right. So for those that are watching, prepare. And prayer. Like, I have not, in this time, and I'll be transparent, like, in this time, like, I realized the Lord had convicted me. He was just like, okay, you have this time now, right? Now reflect on the time you didn't have, right? Even though you had some time there, you weren't seeking the way that you should, right? So like, in this time, the Lord literally stopped the world so that he can get our attention. So those that are like, we need to like take stock of this time and prepare. Like, prepare. All right. So yeah, I'm done preaching too. So next question. Moving along, we got about a couple minutes left. So these are kind of going to be a bit rapid fire. So
okay, rapid fire. I'm ready. I'm focused.
Your top 3 music artists, past and present.
Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Brandy.
Okay. All right. If there's anyone that you can sing with, who would it be?
Hands down, Brandy. Just because I love her. Yep.
Okay.
Wait, is that past or present? That's present.
Oh yeah, you can do past too.
Okay, so past, definitely Donny Hathaway.
Ooh, that's good.
That point.
That's good.
I know it's not like churchy people, but you know what too? CeCe Winans. CeCe Winans. Darlene Sheck. Okay, I'm just saying random.
You're just throwing names out there. All right.
Yeah.
Listen, the Bible says you have not because you ask not, right? Okay.
Hey, Mario.
What's on your playlist?
Just kidding. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What's on your playlist?
Oh.
That you listen to?
Oh. So I actually don't really listen to music.
Okay.
That's gonna sound bad. That's so bad. But okay, y'all might judge me. Ooh, the church. Church is here. Okay, this is not rapid fire. Okay, ready.
Yeah.
So the one of the artists that inspires me the most is John Bellion.
Okay.
He inspires me. I like to listen to his music because he makes me want to create. And especially Human Condition. I don't like a lot of cussing and stuff like that. So I listen to the clean versions on YouTube. So just so y'all know, don't be Don't be trying to judge me. Judge yourself. But anyway,
Okay.
no, but I'm listening to The Blessing right now.
Okay.
So like when songs come out, I listen to Maverick City. It's just because it's pure. I like to listen to stuff that is just pure. I've been listening to Stephanie Gretzinger's album. And again, like I'm not a person that listens to a lot of music. I
Mm-hmm.
like to make music. So I like to write music, I like to create music.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm like driving, like K-Love is playing, but sometimes I'm intentional about listening to something and singing. So I don't do a lot of listening. I do a lot of doing what I'm doing right now, talking to people, talking to my kids,
Yeah.
cooking.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the music that I'm listening to.
Okay. Um, I know you just released the part two.
Mhm.
Anything new in the how soon can we expect something new? Music or vlog wise? Your YouTube channel.
We are supposed to be blogging. I need to do see, this is not right. Eyebrows have gone really sad since the quarantine. But yeah, so we will be doing more music. So I had recorded like this soaking project that I'm going to release like probably on YouTube, just music that people can listen to while they like sleep or worship or have time with Jesus. So soaking music. And then yes, we are working on the third, it might be like a Back to Eden part 3.
Oh,
I'm not sure. It won't, of course, be from that night, but we are gonna record some more music. I have some like really good, I believe they're good songs. Yes, and we're supposed to be vlogging now, but it's been crazy. So my videographer, and I'll do this real quick. My videographer is Tamika Jackson, but she just had a baby, and so we've kind of like taken some time. But then like there were the baby had to have a surgery and all of that. So it's been, there's been some like back and forth. Literally like the day that we started to record, he went to the doctor and got admitted to the hospital. It was a whole bunch of stuff.
wow.
But I'm saying that to say like in the right time, we'll start doing that stuff again because it is my desire to kind of share real life, with people because I'm a real person. I don't know what these other people be doing, but
Right.
I got bills, honey, and I got, we
All
just
right.
real. Be real. We came here with a ponytail, with a high bun. You
High
understand?
bun, right?
Be real. We didn't put on no wig today. You understand
Wow.
what I'm saying?
Got you.
We trying to grow her, okay? She got to get healthy and strong.
Listen, preparation, right? Just put it, protective styles. I only know this from my wife because, all these terms, protective styles.
Amen.
How can those like
Yeah.
work with you in your music? Those that want to know, like as soon as you release something, what's the best way that they can keep in contact?
IG is like my thing now. We're talking about doing some TikTok stuff, but I am not like
Uh, yeah.
but yeah, we'll see. But on Instagram, I do sing with Maverick City Music. So there's a song that just released today called Promises. I
Okay.
know we're in like we like to consume a lot and we want it quickly. So if y'all can go get that. And I know somebody asked about what
Right.
was the process of
Promises.
writing it, but I did not write on Promises. That was written by Joelle Barnes and Dante Bowe and a bunch of other people. I think they were like maybe Aaron Moses. Um,
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. And just really quickly as we wrap up, and I'm gonna give you a time, 30 seconds. Okay, a minute. All right.
I'm with the time at church for
All
worship. Okay.
right. A minute because the IG is gonna go off because we only have an hour.
Okay.
Um, tell us about Maverick City, and your experience.
My experience with Maverick City is great. Maverick City is a group of songwriters. We are songwriters, and we end up singing the songs that we write. And so we are also worshipers and singers. And it's a group of artists and choir and musicians that just are after God's heart and really want to share music that can help shift, I guess, what worship looks like for people and kind of help people see that it's really about personal home house worship, that we can
Got it.
give to the Lord, just really making it personal and keeping it keeping it there, not
Right.
necessarily needing a big stage and a platform and a blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah.
Got it.
Yep.
Not religion, but relationship. I love it.
Yeah. Very stripped down, very stripped back. It's very organic, you know, not produced, you know, no auto tune.
Just raw.
No auto
I
tune,
love
yo.
it.
Just raw, honey. Be
Hey,
taking
Matt.
losses, but God is good.
God is good. And I love the work that you're doing. We're going to get ready to wrap up here. We have a couple of seconds left. Naomi, thank you so, so much for joining me here on When Light Speaks. We're going to hopefully produce this and, well, not, we're going to produce this and re-upload it on the IG and YouTube and things like that. But I'm going to release you to your dinner party. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless you, and we will keep you in prayer. For those that are watching, thank you so much, and be on the lookout for our next conversation. God bless you all, and good night.
Good night.